Oh man, this episode was just so intense. I love it. First off, you don't even have to know anything about law to enjoy this drama. I mean, just as long as you enjoy a great storyline, great characters, great music, intenseness, unpredictability, you're gonna have a great time and still know nothing about law. But hey, if you learn something from this episode about law, hey, kudos to you. I'm learning a little bit about law, but I'm still not trying to be a lawyer. But anyway, for this episode, they did a really good job in pointing fingers at Jong Hoon. The cops, they were using everything against him, everything they found against him. Fingerprints, footprints, the hair that they found in Byung-ju's hand, using the backstory of them being close but then had a fallout because of Byung-ju's bribery case, which does lead to the backstory for Mano's case, and then eventually lead to the backstory of Juni's. Now, this is a drama. Fingers are being pointed at one character, but there's always a missing piece to the puzzle that we don't know about. And remember that one scene in the courtroom? During their mock trial, they were interrupted after Jong Hoon was arrested. The students were still there. Like they were half and half, maybe, thinking Jong Hoon is guilty, Jong Hoon is innocent. But Juni, he didn't really say much. He got up, walked away, but as he was walking out of the room, he found a missing piece of a puzzle, indicating, in my opinion, that, yeah, there is a missing piece of this situation that we don't know about. Now, towards the end of this episode, I'm thinking Juni is that missing piece of the puzzle. So at the beginning of the episode, we see a backstory of Sora. Remember when she said that she was sued because she saved somebody? I think it's that situation. So pretty much to sum everything up, her twin sister, was being bullied. She stepped in, punched the bully, and now Sora is in trouble. Now, Jong Hoon was the lawyer in this. I can see the connection there. So he came in and said, you'll be sent to juvie, probation. And then here comes the bully's dad trying to use his position to save his own daughter. Even Sora said exactly what I just said. But then Jong Hoon stepped in as the bully's dad was pretty much talking down on Sora. And then, of course, the dad got mad and wanted to talk to Jong Hoon. But that scene alone, you can already tell that Jong Hoon definitely inspired Sora to become a lawyer and help people out like he did for her in that scene. And now we're back in the current time. The cops are escorting Jong Hoon to the police station, interrogating him, just like I said in the beginning of this review, using everything against him, all of the evidence that they found. They were trying to have him unlock his phone, but he kept refusing, which in my opinion made the situation worse. But hey, if you know someone, well, if you're trying to interrogate someone who knows a lot about law, yeah, I don't even know what to do, to be honest. But eventually they got him to unlock his phone. They look into the phone, they found some files, but one file that was particular to them was a hit and run file. The file had a video, and it was a video of a car hitting someone and driving off. Now, the license in that video, even though it was a little blurry, but it was pretty obvious that it was Byung-ju's car. And they saw another picture of Byung-ju and Jong Hoon posing with the car, and the license was in that picture, and they kind of match, put two and two together. There you go. And then they realized it was Byung-ju. He was the one that did the hit and run, not Mano. And Mano, well, for his situation, he did do the sexual criminal act to someone. He was guilty on that. But for that hit and run part, that wasn't him. Now, Mano, we eventually do see a backstory of Mano. So right after he did his criminal act, he was chasing someone who saw him. But as he was chasing him, the random guy got hit by Byung-ju's car and then drove off. Mano saw everything, and Byung-ju went to him and tried to make a deal. He told Mano, hey, you got to take that to the grave, and then eventually hired him to be his driver to keep him close because, for Byung-ju, I'm pretty sure he was freaking out knowing that someone out there knows the truth. So to keep, I guess, what Mano said, peace of mind, have the person who knows the truth work for you. Have him close to you. And that's what he did. He hired him as his driver. Now, as they were showing us the backstory and showing us more and more of it, it really made me think that, wait, maybe Jong Hoon did do it because he would have an intention to do it. knowing that he just found out that his friend is a criminal and being heartbroken, being shocked, so he could have an intention to do it. Now, let's stay on the Byungju being despised by other people train. Now, let's get to Juni. Now, for Juni, his despise towards Byungju, aka his uncle, is pretty much the same as Jong Hoon, where they're shocked to see that someone like him is a criminal and he was proven not guilty, but only because there wasn't evidence to prove him that he was guilty. So for Juni, he wanted him out of the school, and he created a petition where on the outside it looked like a study group petition, but when the students scanned the QR code, it was actually a petition to fire Byungju, which got the faculty mad. Faculty? Wow. The faculty. Anyway, which got the other teachers mad. And pretty much they decided to do a trial in the classroom. And what I like about that trial is, first, I didn't know it was planned because Jong Hoon and that one teacher decides to do a little performance for the students. And it was definitely making them understand both sides of the situation. So it was pretty much Gio against Sora, and they had their arguments. But then Jong Hoon decided to have them switch place. And it was pretty interesting seeing Gio. Like, he's such a strong character. You know, he stands by what he thinks. He stands by what he knows. But just seeing him make one argument and then see him make another argument against his first argument was pretty interesting. But for Sora, now again, Sora is more relatable to us, in my opinion, because she fights for what she believes, and she knows that if she goes against what she believes, she can't do it. But then we get to the last scene and I'm thinking, oh man, maybe Juni did do it. But here's the thing. Wait, hold up. Before I get to the last part of that last scene, let's get to the beginning of the last scene. So the cops escorted Jong Hoon to the murder area, I should say, and kind of escorted him to every place that Byungju was at the day of the murder. The balcony, in whatever room to view the whole mock trial, even in his office. And they were pretty much escorting him around and also telling them what happened and what Jong Hoon might have done. But then Jong Hoon stepped in and told him what really happened. So what really happened was Byungju was already using drugs in the first place. And he already put the drugs in his coffee. Jong Hoon knew about it, but the packet that he put in the coffee afterwards was actually sugar. And Jong Hoon did reveal in the first episode where in the coffee it was a mixture of meth and sugar. The meth was already put in the coffee by Byungju, but afterwards it was sugar by Jong Hoon. And the fact that Jong Hoon was trying to stop him from using drugs in the first place, which kind of shocked Byungju, and that kind of put him in a shock for a moment, and then eventually he did pass out. Now, but here's the thing. Jong Hoon didn't murder Byungju. They also found one little piece of evidence on the stairs, and that was a piece of his glasses, Byungju's glasses. So that indicated that Byungju was pushed down the stairs and not murdered in his office, which led to Jong Hoon looking at Juni and being remembered what Juni asked him when him and Sora was visiting him in prison. Did you kill him? And that led to us seeing scenes of Juni committing these crimes. But here's the thing though. Remember in the first episode that we saw scenes of what if Jong Hoon committed the crime, and we saw scenes of Jong Hoon kind of forcing the drink on Byungju, but really that didn't happen. But in this episode, they showed us scenes of Juni committing the crimes. So are those scenes for real, or is it another one of those scenes of what if he could have done it and this is what he'd done? You know what I mean? Man, just doing this review, I even got a headache. Wow. But yeah, the intensity was just crazy. Oh yeah, there's one little thing I did not want to leave out. Even though most of the attention was towards Juni, Byungju, Jong Hoon, and some other characters, one character stood out just a little bit, and that's Seung Jae. Now, remember when the students were eating lunch? I think it was the only lunch scene, I think. And they were trying to find out the exam and all of that. Juni came in and said, hey, I got the exam. Let's go study. Seung Jae was still sitting kind of spaced out a bit. That's the thing. So there's something about Seung Jae that we don't know about. And there's a possibility that it could not be as important as the main storyline. But there's a possibility that it could be something that may shock us. I don't know, I'm just saying. So yeah, that's the gist of the review. I had an amazing time watching this. Every minute of this episode you really don't want to miss. There's really no boring part because every scene really does enhance the storyline. Even if it's one storyline or a different one, or even if they interconnect, you can't miss a minute of it. You miss 1 minute, you're gonna miss a lot in my opinion. But anyway, other than that, if you guys enjoyed this review and if you guys enjoyed the episode, please let me know. I want to know what you guys think. Did Juni really do it? Because they're doing a good job in convincing you, but I don't think he did it. There's probably one missing piece of the puzzle that we don't know. Now, when Juni pick up the missing piece of the puzzle, it could be indicating that he is that missing piece of the puzzle, or indicating that maybe Juni knows a missing piece of the puzzle that we don't know about, or any of the characters don't know about. So yeah, other than that, I'll leave you guys to comment whatever you want to comment. And if you guys like this review, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. See ya!